I once got lost marching some recruits from Chelmsford to the barracks, and that's a straight road. I had a map that time, too. I think I must have a talent for getting lost. My granda was like that, Harper said proudly. He could get lost between one side of a gate and the other. I was telling the captain here about the time he took a bullock up Sleeve Snot. It was dirty weather, see, and he was taking the shortcut. Shut up, Sharpe said nastily. We went wrong at that ruined village, Price said, frowning over the creased map. I think we should have stayed on the other side of the stream, sir. Price showed Sharpe the map. If that is the village. Hard to tell, really, but I'm sure we shouldn't have crossed the stream, sir. Sharpe half suspected the lieutenant was right, but he did not want to admit it. They had crossed the stream 2 hours before, so God only knew where they were now. Sharpe did not even know if they were in Portugal or Spain, though both the scenery and the weather looked more like Scotland. Sharpe was supposedly on his way to Vilar Formosa, where his company, the Light Company of the South Essex Regiment, would be attached to the town major as a guard unit, a prospect that depressed Sharpe. Town garrison duty was little better than being a provost, and provosts were the lowest form of army life. But the South Essex was short of men, and so the regiment had been taken out of the battle line and set to administrative duties. Most of the regiment were escorting bullock carts loaded with supplies that had been barged up the Tagus from Lisbon, or else were guarding French prisoners on their way to the ships that would carry them to Britain. But the Light Company was lost, and all because Sharpe had heard a distant cannonade resembling far-away thunder, and he had marched towards the sound, only to discover that his ears had played tricks. The noise of the skirmish, if indeed it was a skirmish and not genuine thunder, had faded away, and now Sharpe was lost. "Are you sure that's the ruined village?" he asked Price, pointing to the cross-hatched spot on the map that Price had indicated. "I wouldn't like to swear to it, sir, not being able to read maps. It could be any of those scratchings, sir, or maybe none." "Then why the hell are you showing it to me?" "In a hope for inspiration, sir," Price said in a wounded voice. "I was trying to help, sir, trying to raise our hopes." He looked down at the map again. "Maybe it isn't a very good map," he suggested. "It would make good kindling," Harper repeated. "One thing's certain," Sharpe said, as he took the map back from Price. "We haven't crossed the watershed, which means these streams must be flowing west." He paused. "Oh, they're probably flowing west, unless the world's bloody upside down, which it probably bloody is. But on the chance that it bloody isn't, we'll follow the bloody streams. Here." He tossed the map to Harper. "Kindling." "That's what my grandad did," Harper said, tucking the crumpled map inside his faded and torn green jacket. "He followed the water." "Shut up," Sharpe said, but not angrily this time. Rather, he spoke quietly, and at the same time gestured with his left hand to make his companions crouch. "Bloody crapode," he said softly, "or something. Never seen a uniform like it." "Bloody hell," Price said, and dropped down to the path, because a horseman had appeared just 200 yards away. The man had not seen the British infantryman, nor did he appear to be on the lookout for enemies. Instead, his horse just ambled out of a side alley until the reins checked it. Then the rider swung himself wearily out of the saddle and looped the reins over an arm while he unbuttoned his baggy trousers and urinated beside the path. Smoke from his pipe drifted in the damp air. Harper's rifle clicked as he pulled the cock fully back. Sharpe's men, even those who had been asleep, were all alert now and lying motionless in the grass, keeping so low that even if the horseman had turned, he would probably not have noticed the infantry. Sharpe's company was a veteran unit of skirmishers, hardened by 2 years of fighting in Portugal and Spain, and as well trained as any soldiers in Europe. "Recognise the uniform?" Sharpe asked Price.